Hey everyone. I just wanted to get on here and say, let God build your story. Let God write your story. So many times I have tried to do it on my own. I have tried to, you know, put things in place before God to try to make things work, and it never works. God wants to build your story. He wants to give you that career, give you that job, give you the things that you are needing, that love story. There's so many times I try to do it on my own and it never worked because it wasn't in God's will. And when I wholeheartedly, gave my yes to God and said, God, use me for your glory, use me for a purpose, show me what you want me to do. I surrender it all to you, because at that point I was in a very low place. I was in a very hard place because, I was being obedient to God about, divorcing my ex-husband. But that came with, when we try to do it, and sometimes if both of you guys are working together to try to do something and building it with God, it can work. But God also has a perfect will. He has a perfect will for you. He has the things that he sees fit for your life that will push you to a next level, or that will bring glory to his kingdom. And a lot of times we try to overstep. We try to get in the way of what God is wanting to do in our lives because it's taking too long, or we just don't know how to sit down because we don't know how to be lonely. We, try to rush processes. But God, that's why he teaches patience, long suffering, things of that nature. Because if you can still serve God and you can still talk to him and tell him how great he is, even when you're going through the midst of the storm, he has something for you that will take you to a whole nother level, that will make you see his big outlook on your life. And when you try to go outside of God and do things, that ends up with abuse, cheating, heartache. It's like everything that's against God, when you try to do it outside of his will, it always seems to end in horrible situations. I had to take heed of that because I was always choosing to do it my own, by myself, do it what I wanted to do. And God's like, no, I have something better for you on the other side, but you have to listen. You have to say that yes. You have to be the one to take accountability. And most times when you're sitting in, relationships that are abusive, or they're cheating on you and you're trying to pray it away, God may make that person hurt you over and over and over again until you finally get it. Until he's like, see, daughter, this is why I wanted you to sit and be patient. This is why I wanted you to not jump the gun, to not do things on your own, because God only wants to prosper us, not harm us. And he knows the things that he wants for our lives. But we tend to jump into things trying to do it our own way. But that can cause a lot of turmoil. That can cause a lot of pain that's unnecessary, and a lot of warfare that's unnecessary, because we are not taking the time to just sit still. Be still and know that God is writing your story. He's writing that love story. He's writing that career. He's writing your successes, because it's going to glorify the kingdom, and people will see from your testimony and from what God has done in your life, you're not the same person that you were before. You're not the same person that you were 2 to 3 weeks ago. And God just wants us to sit still and just let him work sometimes. But I know it's hard. It's hard being patient. It's hard being, sitting there for so long. But that's why in the midst of that, you still get in your secret place. You still pick up your hobbies, go to the gym, do certain things, have fun, do the things that you love to do so that you are occupying your time. And then continue to work on your heart. Continue to still stand in the gap for what you are waiting on God to bring to you. But always just let God write your story. And it took me so long, y'all, so many years wasted to understand that and to get the bigger picture, what God wants to do in our lives and what he wants to do, for us. But we have to be in the right heart posture, and we have to be willing to say our yes to God. All right, have a good day.